a lot of times, especially a lot of manifestation and mindset coaches, they'll take you very far out, but they don't level with you. They don't bring these ideas to the ground and actually
Yes.
show you the amount of work that it takes.
I'm like, I want to know where all these in-person things are. And I love a mastermind. That's another thing, is I absolutely love a mastermind. Hi, everyone. Shaelene McInnis here with the Ontario Wellness Network magazine, and also with Books in Line Accounting Services. I'm very happy to have someone here with me. Her name is Kayleigh. I love that because, of course, my daughter's name is Kayleigh. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to another Kayleigh. This is Kayleigh Kennedy. She's a consultant and coaching consultant, and she focuses on mindset, which I think is absolutely essential to have a successful business if you're an entrepreneur. As I always say, I will include all of her contact information. We will make sure it's everywhere. And again, if you need to contact her and you want to go through us at Books and Line, you can call us at the office. We're happy to connect you with Kayleigh. Now, I'm going to ask Kayleigh to introduce herself because this is about her. So I'm going to ask her to talk about what she does and what her focus is. Kayleigh, please introduce yourself.
Awesome. Thanks, Shaelene. I'm very grateful to be here today. So as Shaelene mentioned, my name is Kayleigh Kennedy. I am a sales and mindset coach, coaching through a company called Conway Consulting. And the work that I do is I help people change what is going on the inside. So what is happening on the outside changes. So most people don't know where to go for what they want. They go to things that are external from them. What I really help people focus is turning inward, going inside, and realizing that all of the answers, all of the solutions, everything that we need is within us. So that is the work that I do. And the reason I do this work is because I experienced amazing shifts when I first invested in my first mindset coach. They were actually personal shifts, and it inspired me to start my coaching business. I started a business. I failed in that business, and I actually found Conway Consulting. I became a client. My life changed very, very quickly, and they were expanding in their coaching and consulting team, and I jumped on board. And just say the last 2 years of my life have perpetually expanded. I've achieved things that I once thought was impossible, and I'm no different than anyone listening here today. Because if there's something that you want to go after, you can have it if you focus your mind.
I agree with that 100%. You know, a few years ago, I would have not really thought about that. But in the last, probably 6 years, I realized how mindset is absolutely everything. If you have the right mindset, then everything can be successful. And actually, I'm a huge fan of having a coach too, by the way. I hired a business coach maybe 4 years ago. One of the best moves I've ever made. No more 80-hour weeks for me. So I want to, yeah. So I just have more time with the family. Yeah. More time. So I know you work mostly with entrepreneurs, and I know you do a lot with sales specifically. I'm going to ask you, can you maybe tell us about three mistakes or errors that a lot of entrepreneurs make when they're running their business, when they're starting their business, when they're working their business?
Absolutely. One of the biggest ones that I see, and I've worked with a lot of clients on this, is a lot of people invest all of their time and money in the mechanical sides of their business. So sales training without the mindset, or lead generation, or any of the marketing and all of those things, which you do need. But in order to achieve the success, it's actually your mind that you need to focus on. And the best ROI you will ever get is investing in mindset. And you invest in mindset, your life will start to change. You'll start to earn more money, and then you'll have more money to delegate different things in your business. But a lot of people miss that key aspect, and it is working with someone who is a mindset coach. Everything that you're manifesting in your business and in your life is because of you and your self-image and the way you think.
Yeah, it's hard to change the way you think too. Right. Yeah. Like, I know that I'm like, oh, I need to change the way I'm thinking about this, because you have these thoughts that you thought are absolutely normal. And it's like, wait a minute, maybe I'm completely wrong because I'm seeing it through this specific lens. And then you start to think differently. I agree. Yeah. So tell me, if you're, No, no,
Oh,
please go
sorry.
ahead,
Another mistake that I see is people don't have clearly defined goals. So even
Yes.
entrepreneurs, they don't have a clear goal. They're not operating with a clear image of what it is that they want to achieve, where they want their business to go. And you need that to have that direction. And another big thing is just making sure that you're in an environment that is conducive to your
Yeah.
growth. So a lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they're
Mm-hmm.
starting out, it's just them. And you want
Mm-hmm.
to be in an environment of other people who are also doing the same thing that you're
Mm-hmm.
doing, because it'll support you, it'll hold you accountable, and it'll also grow you, and it'll also help you develop and act on new ideas in your business, which
Mm-hmm.
will again propel you to the next level of success.
Yeah. Yeah. You and I think very much alike. I always say to people, surround yourself with like minded people, surround yourself with people who support you. The people who don't support you, sometimes you can't necessarily get away from them, but at least minimize your time with the people who don't support you. Even me, when I started this business, oh gosh, it's been 11 years and I've got 11 years, 8 employees, an amazing business. I love the work that I'm doing. But when I started, I remember there were some people that were like, what do you mean you're starting your own business? And they were just nothing but negative the whole time. Of course, turned out to be, pretty good. I'm doing okay now. But yeah, I agree with that completely. Surround yourself with people who support you. It's one of my first pieces of advice, actually. So I always say that. That's a good one. Um, I'm sorry, you're saying about three mistakes. So that was two. What were you going to say? What was the
Oh,
third one?
the first is not investing in mindset. The
Right.
second one is not having a clear goal. And the third
Yes.
one is not being in an environment that's conducive to your growth.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. If there was any piece of advice you would give to, say, a new entrepreneur who's starting out, say they are, now I know you work with people who are in like investment advisors, you said, right? Who else do you work with? What
I
kind of,
I work with a whole array of people, Shaelene, which is awesome. I love it. I love the diversity of my clients. I work with a lot of people who are coaches, so different
mm-hmm.
kinds of coaches. I have a client who's an image consultant. I work with financial planners, real estate agents, mortgage brokers. I also work with people who are employees and they're wanting to start their entrepreneur journey. I work with network marketers. So I kind of work with anyone who understands that they're the only thing manifesting their current results, and that in order to
Yeah.
change life, they need to change from the inside. So anyone who has this awareness, they, they'll come work with us because we help them do that.
Okay, so let me ask, your work, is it online and in person or mostly online, or can you let us know that?
Yeah, for sure. So it's mostly online. We have so I do, we do group coaching. So what I love about Conway Consulting and what actually attracted me to join the team when I was a client was it's a boutique. We do boutique coaching. So
Mm-hmm.
I do some one-on-one coaching with all of my clients and small groups. And then we also have large group where we bring a lot of people together and form those masterminds. So
Yes.
we have a couple different online programs, kind of get your feet wet into mindsets. We have a sales and mindset program, and then we also have elite level mindsets mentorships as well. And
Mm-hmm.
those are for people who are, their goal is $100,000 a month or more.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
we do have several in-person events that we run each year. We do what we have is a freedom mastermind. So we do that 4 times a year, and that is pure spiritual. That is high level. That's the highest level you can get with us. And that we travel around for that one. Our next one is in January in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then we do
I
two.
like
Oh,
Arizona.
then I
I'll go
guess
to
we can talk
Arizona.
after this.
I
um,
love Arizona.
Yeah. And the whole purpose of that and it is to elevate people's frequency. So when you're talking mindset and manifestation, you want to understand the term frequency, because if you think of the law of attraction, for example,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually
Yep.
a second law. And a lot of people are familiar with the term LOA, but they don't actually know what law of attraction is.
Yep.
And the primary law to the law of attraction is the law of vibration. You attract what you're in harmonious vibration with. So oftentimes what happens is we are going after a bigger goal, but we're not on the vibration of it yet. We
Mm-hmm.
use our imagination to get onto that vibration, but there are hacks to getting on the higher vibrations, and that's in-person events and getting really, really deep into the mindset stuff. So we do 4 of these events a year where we bring people together and we create an emotional impact for them so that instantly they shift. You are in those events, it's guaranteed that you be the same person leaving that event as you were getting to it, which is really exciting. And then we also do a vision maker event twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is usually held here in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
different places in Canada. And that is more of the mindset plus the business strategy. So we like to help people build the vision, but also create a plan to be able to see that vision into fruition. Because a lot of times, especially a lot of manifestation and mindset coaches, they'll take you very far out, but they don't level with you. They don't bring these ideas to the ground and actually
Yes.
you the amount of work that it takes.
Yes.
Changing the way you think, changing your self-image is essentially what you're doing. It's
Mm-hmm.
no joke. Really, really challenging because we have our belief systems, we have our current ways of operating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we really like what I love about how we teach and how I teach my clients is I'm in the mud with you. I'm doing the work with you. I'm growing. I'm stretching myself. I'm pushing myself. And I'm constantly working on myself. And I've
Yep.
grown alongside my clients too. I'm just a couple steps ahead of them.
Okay, well, you've told me a whole bunch of amazing things. I'm like, I want to know where all these in-person things are. And I love a mastermind. That's another thing is I absolutely love a mastermind because I think that they're amazing because you're around like-minded people. I'm just going to remind everyone and all of our listeners that and people who are watching that again, you want to reach out to Kayleigh. I highly suggest it. Mindset is everything. If you are self-employed, I've been doing this a long time. I know what I'm talking about. I finally learned that few years ago. But Kayleigh, yeah, well, I think we'd all like to know more about these in-person events for sure. And I want people to be able to reach you. So thank you so much for being my guest. This has been awesome. I really appreciate it. It's my first time I've interviewed someone about mindset, so I'm quite happy about that. So again, to the listeners, reach out to Kayleigh. I think she has a lot of interesting things to say and to teach all of us. I'll be in Arizona. Totally will. Thank
All
you
right.
very much, Kayleigh. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Thanks.
Thank you.